Hi y'all, this video's art style is surrealism. And so I thought I would flip the camera around here and show you my sketch and kind of tentative layout for this little mini painting in this week's video. But I thought I would also do a quick introduction here in case you are new around here. Hi there, I'm Stacy, the encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. Also, in case you just happened to land on this video, I am doing 10 different art styles throughout the month of December. So basically 10 different art styles in 31 days. And I have Art Nouveau and Cubism done so far. Today's video is Surrealism. All right, this is my very rough sketch of my idea of what I want to do for this painting. So basically I'm going to have a tree, and these little ovals like this here, this one, and this one down here are going to be eyeballs. And rather than reinventing the wheel and redrawing eyeballs, I have this sketchbook, which I call it my face sketchbook. And inside, let me flip it open here, I have, well, faces. And some of the pages are not done at all. Some of them are kind of halfway done. So if I flip through to the various different faces, you can see I drew several different kind of styles of eyeballs on these faces, and again, just random sketches, more random sketches, and I'm trying to find the page that I'm actually using. Let me see if I can get to it. Hang on, this is too hard to do with one hand. All right, I flipped right by it to begin with. So I'm actually using these two eyeballs. And what I did was I scanned them in. I scanned this whole painting into the computer, and then I used a program that I have to kind of just isolate the eyeballs. Then I took and taped this is tissue paper here, but in order to feed it through my printer, I have to tape it onto a printer piece of paper because it's too thin to just feed through the printer. So I taped it down, fed it through the printer, and voila, eyeballs. So I printed out all of the different eyeballs, or not the different, but the two different eyeballs, and I printed them out in various sizes so that I can kind of figure out what size I want to do on this tree. And what I'm going to do while the wax encaustic paint is heating up on the griddles, I'm going to kind of finalize this tree sketch. I'm going to stick a piece of tracing paper over this and kind of finalize it a bit more, because like I said, this is really rough. And then figure out how the eyeballs fit into it all. All right, so I hope all of that made sense. If it didn't, and you have a question on something, just leave that down below in the comment section. I'm happy to answer anything that you have questions about. But now let's get to finalizing this sketch. I thought while I worked on this sketch, I would tell you a bit about surrealism and a little fun fact about myself. And that is, one of my favorite artists is Salvador Dali, and he was a Spanish surrealist artist known for his hallucinatory paintings and unique vision. I had the privilege of seeing his work in person in college when visiting Chicago. I fell in love with the surrealist movement. Surrealism started in the 1920s as a movement that challenged imposed values and norms in search of freedom. Are you seeing a theme here throughout this artist movement? Surrealists believed that the rational mind repressed the power of the imagination and advocated for a freer way of thinking. They sought to release the unbridled imagination of the subconscious. The interpretation of dreams by Sigmund Freud was very influential for surrealists. Freud validated the importance of dreams and the unconscious. Many surrealist artists have used automatic drawing or writing to unlock ideas and images from their unconscious mind. This is a technique that I think a lot of artists actually still use to this day. Surrealism has surprising imagery, deep symbolism, refined painting techniques, and a disdain for the convention. The imagery is outlandish. It is realistic, coupled with an eerie, dreamy quality, through the use of everyday objects and juxtapositions that seem rather illogical. It's meant to jolt the viewer out of their comforting assumptions. Some of the most famous artists with this style include Salvador Dali, which of course I had already mentioned, René Magritte, Pierre Roy, and Paul Delvaux. All right, now that you know a little bit more about surrealism, and I have finalized my tree drawing, it's time to get to work on the background of this painting. I'm also going to be embedding that tree drawing and embedding the eyeballs that are printed onto the tissue paper before finalizing this painting. So sit back, enjoy the video and the music, and I'll pick you back up when this painting is done. Alright all, I think I'm calling this one done. Pretty happy with how it came out. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good example of surrealism. So on that note, going to head back to the barn dominium and get a few things done over there. We are having crock pot pork loin roast for dinner tonight, and it's massive. We got it from one of our local farmers down here, but it's huge. I got it into the crock pot and it barely fits in the crock pot. So anyway, it should be an easy peasy kind of dinner, and yeah, maybe I'll pick you up for that. Well, dinner was pretty good, but unfortunately I overcooked the pork loin just a bit, so I had to make some gravy to go with it, but it was quite delicious. We decided that this guy needed a little bit of Christmas cheer, so we decided to decorate the cabin this year, putting up some outdoor lights on the cabin. Also, the barn dominium is way too tall to put lights on, so cabin was a bit easier and brought a little festivity to the outdoor area here. So this is where I'm going to let you go for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.